everybody, this is My Collectables coming back with another video, and I got the top 25 most valuable NFT digital comics in the world on both VV and DC for you. I put a lot of work into this video, ranking all of these, not in my opinion, but just literally by how much they're worth currently in the market. And with the Hulk #1 comic that was supposed to come, I actually have it slotted in here as well to show you where I think it will land once we get it. And as you know, that drop has been postponed, as VV decides to wait until the wait list is activated. So I have this whole list for you, and I'm going to put Hulk in there as well. And then at the end of the video, I do have a prediction about the next comic that I think could come to VV, as a grail. But of course, we're not going to get any more grails until the waitlist system is implemented. But let's go through this, you guys. If you do like the video, make sure you smash like and make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you're going after any of these. It's really kind of cool to see where they all lie, and like, I'm not even, like I'm saying, I'm not being, my opinion about these. These are just the market prices currently. So let's get into this, you guys. As you know, Hulk 1 was supposed to come on Thursday, the 22nd of June, but VV decided to listen to the community. I did a whole video about it and postpone it, as people were worried about, it not being a waitlist style drop. So this comic is going to come to VV. We know that now. It's confirmed. So we can do some price speculation on it, and I can put it in this top 25 and slot it in where I think it's going to actually end up, right? But we'll see. If it takes 3 months for this Hulk to show up now, then of course it's going to be different. And just so you know, all these prices on this list are literally liquid. They change by the day. So this list could flip-flop each other, but these are pretty much the top ones we have at the moment. So let's get into it. #1 is Amazing Spider-Man 252 Secret Rare. This one is, there's only 40 of them in the world. It's listed at 100,000. There's only two listed in the marketplace. So I don't know if it'll sell at that level, but this is the #1 exact comic in the world as an individual rarity. This one is crazy. So if you own this one, congratulations. #2 is actually Amazing Fantasy 15 at 10,750. Now this one goes up and down, of course, from this range all the way to 12 to 13,000, all the way down to 9,000, like just under 10,000. So it changes by the day, but right now, currently, it is the #2 in the world and pretty much the #1 comic that is more attainable. This one's not as much attainable, right? And that's #2 right there. #3 is actually Superman #1 over on DC NFT. This is the legendary version, and this one's trended down a bit. This one was in the #2 spot. It's come down below Amazing Fantasy 15 Secret Rare, but they kind of battle it out. So these two are always battling it out together, and worth pretty close to the same amount, if you ask me. And both of them are absolute monsters for sure. Now, #4 is actually trending up. This is Marvel Comics #1 Secret Rare. And this one is at 600 editions. This one's sitting at 61, 69. The last time I did this video, a top 10 video of this, with all these comics, this one was around 5,200. So it's gone up another 1,000, but these change quickly depending on listings for sure. #1 first comic in the VV app. It's crazy, right? Now, this is #5. This is the ultra rare of Amazing Spider-Man 252 as well. This is at 2,500. So this one has actually come down a bit from where it's been in the past, but man, is it a scarce one. That is for sure. Right now, here are the top 25. Let's get into the rest of the top 10 right there. #6 is Fantastic Four #1 Secret Rare. It's sitting at 2,250. #7 is actually the epic version of Superman 1 over on DC. That's at 2,169. #8 is Avengers 8 currently, and that's kind of appropriate because it's Avengers 8 with Kang. That's the Secret Rare. That's 1,800 at the current moment. Of course, like I said, these prices change. #9 is that DC Comics, the Detective Comics number 1,059. This one's at 1,399. This one actually dropped lower and it's come back up, which is really cool. Great cover. Only 76 of those. I wish I had went for that drop, but I didn't. Giant Size X-Men rounds out the top 10 currently. And this one's actually come up in value from 1,345. It says editions of 250 there, but it's actually 188 editions. So a little typo there, but that one right there is climbed up. It is really scarce and a big time comic. Now, #11, I have highlighted because actually a user on my channel, not my channel, but a person who was like, in my live stream when we were doing the video before, snagged this comic. There was one listed at $777. This is the rare version of Amazing Spider-Man 252. And actually, it jumped up in one sale to $12.99 all the way up to 11th position. So congratulations to Atomic, who actually bought that one at that time. And you can see that this one is also super scarce. But in one sale, some of these can jump up or come down, right? It really depends. Here's the 12 to 17. You got Amazing Spider-Man #1 at $12.50 right there currently. You got the Hulk one. Now, this is where I would have put the Hulk one. Secret Rare is at number 13 in the world, obviously, right now at 1,200 gems. That's where I was putting it. That's where I was thinking it would end up. There's 250 editions of it. It's a super limited, of course. And we'll see what happens, obviously, when they actually do announce it. But that's where I thought it would be. And the reason is because you can see Jim 83 down there with, Thor's first appearance is about 1,100. And this Hulk one in the real world is just above it. They're very similar in regards to their grading and their pricing, although Hulk is more expensive, a bigger comic in the real world, and a little bit more popular. So I put it above that Journey into Mystery, at around 1,200. That's where it should go, but we'll see what happens. Number 14, of course, is Superman 1. That's the rare edition. That one's at almost 1,200 by itself. And then you can see Jim 83 at number 15. That one's at around 1,100 right there. And, just all of these comics, in my opinion, should be higher and will be higher at some point. Then you got number 16, Ultimate Fallout 4. That is Miles Morales' FA, and that comic's sitting at about 1,050 right now on the floor. And this comic, by the way, just so you know, in the real world, one sold for about $40,000 recently this year. This is an actual cover of the most scarce one that exists in the real world. So that one right there, in my opinion, should be much higher, specifically because the first appearance collectible in VV is around 12,000. So this one's only at 1,000. That seems really odd to me. Anyway, number 17 is Amazing Fantasy 15. That's the ultra rare at $9.99. This one always jumps up to like 1,100 or so. That number 15, 16, and 17, they all flop around between each other, always jumping up and down. So, from day to day, they could all switch positions, right? For sure. Now, number 18 is Amazing Spider-Man 252 Uncommon. Now, this one's really interesting because you can see at number 20, the common version is there. And the common's always been worth more than the uncommon, but it has flipped the common and is now 100 gems more on VV. And that's interesting because like most of the uncommons, have now started to rise above the commons. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the VV app. Those uncommons with the original covers have way more scarcity, and they're starting to move ahead of all the commons, which historically people have always preferred the common, but the scarcity is starting to rule out right there. Number 18 is Tales of Suspense 39 with Iron Man's first appearance. This one should be much higher, you guys. This is at 850. I think it's going to climb up to the 1,000 level, no problem, right? So that is a great one if you can get your hands on that for sure. And like I said, there's number 20 with the Amazing Spider-Man common, super scarce on that one. Then at 21 is that strange X-Men comic, that oddity comic that's just a one-off at $749. That's very scarce. Number 22 comes in with the Justice League. That's the Brave and the Bold, number 29. That one's at just under 700 over on the DC platform. Fantastic comic right there for sure. Number 23 is that other oddity comic, Amazing Spider-Man 130, that also dropped, with very scarce numbers at $665. Rounding off the top 25 is Journey into Mystery, number 85 with the first appearance of Loki. That's at $660. And then Amazing Spider-Man 2 with that first appearance of the Vulture. These are secret rares, of course, on VV. That's at $650. And then I added a couple extra at the bottom just for bonus to fill up the page. You got Fantastic Four number 5. It says 25 there. That's a little typo. It's number 5. That one's at $630. And then the two other Superman ones on DC, the common and the uncommon, at about $620 to $625 each. So those are the top 25 in the world currently, you guys. And this list will change for sure. If you own any of these, I think you're doing absolutely amazing. Now, what's next to drop? Okay, so I know we are not getting any more grails on VV until we get the wait list. And that's a drop system that they want to use in order to make it fair for everybody. That's why they postponed Hulk 1. Even though we did a big live stream yesterday and had tons of fun, that news came out, which is, a lot of people are happy about it. Some people aren't. But what's next after the Hulk 1 drops? There's going to be another grail after that at some point. And I think it's going to be X-Men number 1. This is a massive comic in the real world. The market value on this one on a 9.6 is about $725,000. And of course, this is one that I think we're going to get in as the next one. Now, we could get other ones. There's Captain America 1. There's, of course, Hulk 181. There's Avengers 1. And over on the DC platform, you could get Detective Comics 27 with the first appearance of Batman, or you could even get, Action Comics 1, which would be absolutely massive. But I think this one's the next one to drop after the Hulk. So now you guys let me know what you think of the top 25. Here's where I actually put the Hulk when it does show up, right around 13. Let me know if you think that that's correct or not, or if you think it's going to be higher or lower. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will do another video on this kind of thing as well, with more of the common covers. And these are all the highest level, but I might break these down with the top common covers too, because that's a lot of fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video and happy collecting.